Yo, it's your boy Ekcho, and we are back with another reaction. This one is to BTS Baepsae. The explanation behind the video. I am excited to see this one. I've been watching a few other ones, and the explanations and how deep the meaning are behind them is actually really cool. So I'm actually really excited to see what this one means. I have a fair idea what it means, but I will be happy if it's what I think it is. But we'll see as the video goes on.
In light of BTS's new comeback, we are taking a look at their fiercest and most political song, Baepsae. First of all, you need to know this Korean idiom. 뱁새가 황새를 따라가면 다리가 찢어진다. It means when you try to do something that's out of your reach, out of your capabilities, then you will likely fail. Crow tits or Baepsae have short legs.
Damn.
Storks.
That's a cute ass bird.
Then you will likely fail. Crow tits or
That's a cool bird.
Baepsae have short legs, but storks have very long legs.
That's an
So
ugly ass
obviously a crow
bird.
tit trying to catch up to a stork will likely fail. Here the storks are referring to people in power, the big companies, conglomerates, and older generations. And in this video, I will focus on the last meaning of older generations because the previous two meanings have been covered a lot by other explanations. Here, BTS is using crow tits as a metaphor for the younger generation, or the millennials of South Korea. They are trying very, very hard to catch up with their parents' generation, the baby boomers, or the storks. They also use another metaphor of teacher to refer to the older generation who are born with a golden spoon. They say this because during the ages of the baby boomers in South Korea, they were experiencing huge economic growth and it was extremely easy to get jobs, get housing, and stuff like that. But the economy in
What is spitting on the floor?
South Korea, they were experiencing huge economic growth and it was extremely
What
easy
is
to get
spitting?
jobs, get housing, and stuff like that. But the economy in South Korea
Damn.
is now at its maturity.
They just happened to find a video. There's like one white guy from America or somewhere, and it's just all other Asians.
Housing and stuff like that. But the economy in South Korea is now at its maturing stages, and the side effects of ultra-fast economic growth have boomeranged to haunt the current generation. Currently, the millennials are facing extremely high pricing of houses, as well as high disparity between the rich and the poor, and also extreme all-time high youth unemployment. In this verse, BTS addresses the social injustices that millennials commonly face in Korean society. For example, passion pay. This is a very common practice in Korean society where companies basically pay young workers below minimum wage or nothing at all in return for experience. The company's logic is
What?
because they are offering a job and an experience that
I think that's true here too in Ireland. A lot of people try, like, if you go to experience in something, you don't actually get paid for it. Me, I was lucky. I am an engineer, and because engineering is such a high discipline that no matter where you go for experience, you always get paid. Even if you're only going somewhere for a week or 3 days or something, you will still get paid. But that's just because it's engineering. I know other things, like, I know people that do like hairdressing and that kind of stuff, and they would go work somewhere for a few months and they wouldn't get paid nothing for none of the work they do. So I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess, when it comes to engineering. But work experience like it, none. Damn, I couldn't do that.
many young people have passion for, they are the ones that are actually doing the service for the young people. Enposede is another newly made word that is used to describe the millennials of this decade. They are a generation that have basically given up what many consider to be basic human rights and wants because of extremely high youth unemployment rates and also very low wages compared to living costs. We have many different variations of Enposede to describe the millennials of South Korea. It originally started from Samposede, which is used to describe the millennials that have given up dating, marrying, and giving birth due to economic instability. Then it evolved to Oposede, which added giving up employment and buying their own house.
Samposade.
And then it evolved into
Oposade.
Chilposede, which added human relationships and hope. Now the word Emposede is most commonly used because they have basically given up all their dreams and hope. In these lines, BTS talks about their want to change the system. The word 정상 in the last lines has a double meaning. First, it means normal, and second, it means top. So basically, not only is BTS talking about how this is not a normal situation, society is sick, but also they are saying we are not at the top yet and we have to push further. Here, BTS addresses how the older generation blames the millennials for their struggles, saying that it is due to a lack of effort. The word 노력 is pronounced 노력 by BTS, and this is a very commonly used internet slang among millennials to sarcastically describe how the older generation blames them for the lack of effort. Baby boomers often neglect the fact how society is completely different now compared to when they were growing up, and also the economic situation is completely different. They also neglect the fact that a lot of the economic problems that these millennials face today were in fact caused by baby boomers. For example, housing prices that are extremely high so that millennials have basically given up buying their houses. These were driven up by baby boomers buying multiple houses in speculation and for investment purposes. Yet many baby boomers simply neglect the fact and tell the millennials that they should try harder, work harder, so that you can perhaps buy a house 20 years later.
That is fact. I think housing now is 3 times. I don't know what I'll say. It's different in each country. But I know in Ireland houses now are 3 times the price from what it was back for say my parents buying houses. Even though the wages nowadays obviously the minimum wage is higher, but still expenditure and your monthly bills is everything's tripled in price. Houses nowadays are so dear. And that's why so many people nowadays as well are living with their parents. They're not moving out until their mid 20s. Where before, as soon as you were 16, 18 kind of age, you were out to get your own house. Where now people are staying with their parents a lot longer because it is so expensive, and you pretty much need to be in a relationship with somebody and have both people working and paying towards rent and stuff. Where also back then it was normally the man would work and the woman would stay at home, and you could live off the one wage. Where nowadays there ain't none of that. You literally need both wages to go into everything. So it is a lot harder.
Seem like a cry for help, a call for a helping hand. However, the word Baepsae in the very last line is a very clever play on words. Basically, this word would sound like a curse word to the Korean ear. It sounds very similar to shipseya or keseya, which are both very serious curse words in South Korea. So not only are
Serious? Are this? And you said South Korea. I was gonna say for us that's not really. Nobody really says them kind of words, to be honest. They're more jokey kind of words. If you were joking with someone, you would say that. For us, they're not serious curse words at all. Even though I can see why in Korea, especially because of the whole age thing. People were telling me about if somebody's even just a year older than you, you have to look at them as with pure respect and stuff because they're older than you. So I can see why these would be such insults. But for us, this is the kind of stuff you would say as a joke to someone.
are both very serious curse words in South Korea. So not only are they crying for help, and not only are they asking the protests to unite, but they are also calling the older generations.
That shit was that again. Anybody coming back from normally watching my videos, thank you guys so much for returning and supporting me. Anybody that's new, hit subscribe button, trying to hit 3,000 subs. The explanation behind this video was actually like what I thought before, because somebody did explain to me in the comments about the whole crow tits and the storks and them thinking about like looking down on them. So I did have a fair idea what this was about. Still a very, very good video. Explained it very nicely to me. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.
And you look at mine, mine's multiply while yours divide. I see 2 in yours, but you see 4 in mine. I'll give you all 4 as a sacrifice.